10 News begins with breaking news.
Yeah, that breaking news is in the North County where a man just pleaded guilty in an attempted kidnapping. I'm Virginia Chung.
I'm Jared Aarons in for Jason Martinez. Jack Doche is in court right now along with the alleged victim and some of her young classmates. Let's go live to 10 News reporter Mary McKenzie for what's happening right now in that case. Mary?
Jared, Virginia, Jack Doche was just inside this courtroom in Vista this morning. He has just accepted, the judge rather, has just accepted Doche's plea deal. I want to be sure I get this right. He'll be sentenced to 10 years, 4 months in prison, and he will have to register as a sex offender. He has pleaded guilty to 2 counts, one of kidnapping a child under the age of 14 years and one of assault with intent to molest someone under the age of 18. Now, Doche was initially charged with trying to abduct 2 elementary school age girls in North County in 2 separate incidents. One in 2010 when he's alleged to have lured a 5-year-old girl at a Rancho Santa Fe elementary school. Then more recently in 2015, Doche is accused of trying to abduct a 7-year-old girl outside Skyline Elementary in Solana Beach. Now, there are lots and lots of supporters here outside the courtroom and inside the courtroom in Vista. And the victim in one of these cases, she's now 10 years old. She faced Doche in court today. The family asked if she wanted to wait outside or if she wanted to be somewhere where she couldn't see his face, and she said no. She said, I want to be there and I want to see his face. She will read a statement outside. We will protect her identity, but in just a few moments, she will be reading a statement to the media and to all of her friends and family who have come here to support her on what had to be a very difficult day. But again, breaking news that plea deal has been accepted and Doche will go to prison for just more than 10 years. We're live in Vista this morning. Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
It'll be interesting to hear what that little girl has to say. Thank you, Mary. Breaking news in President Trump's claims that former President Obama wiretapped him. Leaders of the Senate Intelligence Committee just said there's no sign of wiretapping, either before or after the election. House committee leaders had the same finding yesterday. President Trump, though, stood by his claims last night.
Meanwhile, President Trump's proposed budget is out and he is bracing for a fight.
ABC's Stephanie Ramos shows us what's in store for Washington.
The Trump administration and lawmakers on Capitol Hill are about to battle it out over the GOP's health care bill and the fiscal 2018 budget proposal. Just released the president's first budget blueprint, which would dramatically increase defense spending, cut the State Department and domestic programs.
What I'm encouraged by is the notion that we're going to begin rebuilding our military, which is something we're all very worried about, the hollowing out of our military. It's something that we believe in fixing.
But Democrats condemn the cuts to domestic spending.
This budget is really a slap in the face of the future.
The budget would gut the Environmental Protection Agency and make deep cuts in housing programs. Thousands of government jobs gone. Climate change initiatives wiped out. Foreign aid decreased. White House Budget Director Mick Mulvaney calls this a hard power budget that keeps President Trump's word.
We wrote a budget based upon his campaign promises, and that's what you see in the budget. We took his words and turned them into numbers.
Those numbers providing $1.5 billion for the proposed U.S.-Mexico border wall, despite the campaign promise that Mexico would pay for it. And healthcare, that's also up for debate. In an interview with Fox News, Trump says his plan to repeal and replace Obamacare will eventually be negotiated.
Right now, we have 5 or 6 senators that look like maybe they're not. I'm talking about Republicans, because we're not going to get one Democrat to vote for it.
In this first budget proposal from the Trump administration, Medicare and Social Security are untouched. A full budget will be released in May. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
Happening today, Congresswoman Jackie Speier expected to introduce new legislation to help prevent another nude photo scandal from happening in the military. The bill would close a huge gap in the military's uniform code. It would make it illegal for service members to share intimate pictures without consent from the other person. Attorney Gloria Allred expected to join Congresswoman Speier for that announcement. We'll keep you posted. Also happening today, Marine Corps Commandant General Robert Neller back on Capitol Hill to answer questions from the House Armed Services Committee. Those hearings focusing on Marines United, the Facebook group in which Marines secretly shared nude photos of female Marines and veterans. The Marine Corps just issued new social media guidelines yesterday to head off another situation like this. The scandal also extends to the Navy and may involve local sailors.
A Ford dealership turns into a junkyard after a major hit-and-run crash. The driver ditched their truck, ran off after leaving tens of thousands of dollars in damage behind. 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is at North County Ford in Vista with what crews are working on right now.
This Camaro right here is what took the brunt of the damage when that car just came crashing through, and it was hit so hard that it actually knocked this Kia right off of this platform here that it was sitting on.
I mean, it hit so hard that the windshield wipers were on when we turned the cars on.
Crews spent the morning picking up shards of glass and towing away the damaged cars. A street sign, traffic signal poles, and 4 cars were hit. Deputies tell me a witness saw 2 people, the driver and a passenger, get out of this truck and run away from the scene. Deputies now trying to track them down. And really unfortunate for the North County Ford, because managers here tell me it's not their first time dealing with this kind of destruction on their lot. Just a few months ago, they had windows smashed in on 20 of the cars here. The person responsible for today's crash left more than $50,000 worth of damage to the City of Vista property and North County Ford's cars. Reporting in Vista, Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Breaking news update in East County where the family dog saved a couple from a house fire. The dog woke up a woman who was on the couch this morning. Our 10 News breaking news tracker had this live from El Cajon early this morning on 10 News this morning. The woman says she then smelled something odd, ran outside with her husband and dog.
He came in through the side with the water, and then I don't know what else happened after that. It was so smoky. I mean, we couldn't breathe or anything.
That woman says the fire started in the home office. Investigators are looking for the exact cause. Developing story in University Heights. Police say the Dam Coffee Company on Illinois Street was operating an illegal marijuana dispensary. Police searched the business yesterday. They say they found 7 pounds of marijuana. They arrested 3 employees, and prosecutors may file other charges in connection with this case.
A breaking news update out of Paris. One employee was hurt when a letter exploded in her face at the French office of the International Monetary Fund. The explosion was caused by a homemade bomb. The woman had burns on her hands and her face. She should be okay. It's unclear who sent the letter, though. France remains in a state of emergency after a string of deadly ISIS attacks over the past 2 years. Happening today, we may find out when the man accused of killing a San Diego police officer will stand trial. Jesse Gomez's lawyers and prosecutors are in court today to give an update on the case. Gomez is accused of killing Officer Jonathan de Guzman and injuring Officer Wade Irwin back in July. Police say Gomez shot them both during a stop in Southcrest.
This is developing in Talmadge. Police are looking for 2 men who beat and mugged a man. Happened about midnight. The victim was left with torn clothes, a bloody face. He told police the robbers beat and pistol whipped him, then grabbed his wallet and ran off. Well, those robbers didn't get very much. The man's wallet was empty. He's now in the hospital. Happening today, the man accused of recording a 10-year-old girl in a Walmart restroom in El Cajon will learn his sentence. Police say Robert Becker followed the little girl into the restroom back in August and then held his cell phone under the stall. 10 News uncovered that he bought a pair of socks, and it was that credit card transaction that police say helped them track him down. Becker was already a registered sex offender convicted in 2015 for statutory rape and child porn.